All right, here we are in the 8th chapter of the 8th unit on stock splits. We have 3 objectives today. I will calculate the post-split outstanding shares and share price for a traditional split. I will calculate the post-split outstanding shares and share price for a reverse split. And I will calculate the fractional value amount that a shareholder receives after a split. So we have a few key words or key terms, vocabulary here that I need you to make sure that you review in the textbook before watching this video, please. Looking at our first example, on December 4th, John Deere Corporation instituted a 2-for-1 stock. Before the split, the market share was 87.68, and the corporation had 1.2 billion shares outstanding. What was the pre-split market cap for John Deere? So the first thing we're going to go through is the pre-split market cap or value equals the number of shares outstanding, so in this case the 1.2 billion, times the market price. So looking at it here, we've got 1.2 billion. So looking at that, we're looking at 8 zeros and 1.2 times the 87.68. So the pre-split market cap comes out at 105 billion, $216 million. Whew, that's a lot of money. All right, here's your check your understanding. Please press pause. Go ahead and solve this. When you're ready, come back and we'll work it together. Okay, it says the corporation has a market capitalization of $24 billion with 250 million outstanding shares. What is the calculate the price per share? So to do that, we're going to take that total market cap or capitalization here of 240 million, and we're going to divide it by the outstanding shares of 250 million. And when we divide that, we find that each share is worth $96. All right, example 2. What was the post-split number of shares outstanding for John Deere? So we're going to put its post-split over the pre-split. We're looking at a proportion, so we have 2 ratios. So we know that it was a 2-for-1 split. And we know that pre-split there were 1.2 billion shares. So now we're trying to find post-split what it's going to be now. Basic cross multiplying here. X equals 2 times 1.2. So X, there will be 2.4 billion shares once they do the stock split. All right, go ahead and press pause. Go ahead and solve this. When you're ready, come back. All right, so remember it is post over pre. I know I have a ratio going on here. 2 ratios with a proportion, and it says that the split was 4-for-1, so 4 after, 1 before. And it says after the split, she owned 12,800. So after indicates the post. So it goes on top, and the bottom is your pre-stock. Basic cross multiplying, I get 4x equals 12,800. So before the split, there were 3,200 shares of Qualcomm. All right, example 3. It says, what was the post-market split price per share in John Deere for example 1? How many shares are outstanding? And did the market cap change after the split? So quite a few questions going on here. We know now that we're looking at a price. It's being basically cut in half because the shares are being doubled. So when we take the 1/2 and we multiply that by the 87.68, we find that the new shares value is $43.84. Now we know for every share that we had 2 times the 1.2 billion. So we know there's 2.4 billion shares. So if we take the 43.84 and multiply that by the 2.4 billion, we find that it is at 105,216,000,000. And the question here is, did the market cap change after the split? Well, if we go back here to our previous problem, we find that same 105,216,000,000 as we got in this answer. So you can see it does not change the market cap. It doesn't change the value. It just changes the distribution. There are now more shares, but each share is worth less. Go ahead and press pause. Go ahead and solve this. And when you're ready, come back. Okay, in October, Johnson Controls instituted a 3-for-1 split. After the price, the share was $39.24. What was the pre-split price? So here we've got, it'll be worth 1/3 of what it was. We don't know what we're multiplying it by. We don't know what it was worth, but we do know that after the split, it was worth $39.24. So here, to get rid of this fraction, we're simply going to multiply both sides by that reciprocal. The fraction here goes away, and it turns out that the pre-stock split price was $117.72. And I got that by multiplying the $39.24 times the 3. All right, in example 4, it says on October 15th, Palm Inc. instituted a 1-for-20 reverse stock split. So reverse, it's got too many shares out there, and it wants to bring the number of shares down, but that will increase each share's value. So before the split, it was worth 64 cents, and there were 580 million shares. What was the post-split price and number of shares? Well, in order to do this, the post-split number of shares equals A over B times the pre-split and the post-split share price is A over B times the pre-split share price. Okay, so from there, what we're going to do, we first have to identify what A and B are. So here we've got, it's an A for B split. So the first number that is listed is A, The second number that is listed is your B. So let's go ahead and do these calculations. So I know that it was a 1/20 split share. So I'm going to put that over here. I'm running out of room here. Times the 580 million shares. And we find out that after the stock reverse split, there are now 29 million shares. So we've cut that way down. Now for the post-split price, it's going to be 20 over 1, because it's B over A, times the pre-split reverse price. So now what was worth 64 cents, one stock is worth $12.80. All right, please press pause. Go ahead and solve this. When you're ready, come back. Okay, it says a major drugstore chain whose stocks are traded in the New York Stock Exchange considered a 2-for-5 reverse split. In the pre-split, the market cap was $1.71 billion. What would the post-split market cap be? Now, it's very easy to misread what this question is asking, so I say when you're reading these questions, be very careful. It's asking about the market cap or the stock's value. And if you'll remember, the stock's value, it doesn't change. What changes is the distribution of that and the price per stock. So in this case, the answer is still worth $1.71 billion. It's just broken out with less stock, and each piece of stock is worth more money. So, extend your understanding. Suppose that before the stock split, a share was selling for $2.35, and afterwards it was selling for $7.05. What was the stock split ratio? So we're going to take the post-split number of shares, and we're going to divide it by the pre-split number of shares, which is the equivalent of taking B and dividing it by A. So in this case, B is 7.05 divided by the 235, which is my A, and I end up with 3/1, where A equals 1, B equals 3. So looking at this, it represents a 1-for-3 split. All right, we have one more example, but we're going to do that in the next video. So I'll see you in the next video. Good job.